Hello, everyone. This is Citrine, and this is going to be the readings for the upcoming month of August. Thank you so much for participating in the post in the Tarot Astrology Manifesting group as well as the Gifted group. So let's go ahead and get started. The first person on the list is Hind, and Hind wants to look at legal matters, higher education, philosophy, things of that nature. So let's see what Hind has in store for the month of August. And I'm going to put this here because I plan on putting the cards there so that I'm not shaking the cards around. Hind. So Hind, related to any legal matters you might be going through this month, it looks like if it's a legal situation you're going through, it looks like the problem will not be resolved this month in August. It looks like there's going to be an avoidance of some things that need to happen. So if there's some paperwork you need to submit, you might find yourself avoiding that. Or if you're waiting on someone else to submit the paperwork, they could be avoiding doing it. So procrastination, you have to watch out for procrastination in August. If this is related to higher education, the same thing. There could be paperwork you need to submit, but you might find yourself procrastinating or avoiding doing something that you need to do. So you need to watch out for that in August. That was for Hind. Let's see who is next. Next, number 2 is Becky, and Becky wants to look at kids. So let's take a look. Becky. Kids. Okay, so Becky, related to kids, it looks like in August you're going to feel like um, if you don't have kids, you're going to be feeling like this is not a great time to be trying to have kids. Now, if you do have kids, you might be concerned that they are headed in the wrong direction. Okay, you might be feeling like they're maybe in the wrong school or um, like there's just something that's going on with your kids if you do have them. And you might be feeling like they need to go in a different direction. If they're in daycare, you might be feeling like they need to be in another daycare. If they're in school, you might be feeling like they need to be in a different school. If they are in college, you might be feeling like they need to be in a different college. But if you don't have kids, you might be feeling like this is not the best time to start a family. That was for Becky. Next is Stephanie, and Stephanie wants to look at legal matters. So let's take a look. Stephanie for the month of August. Stephanie. So Stephanie, related to legal matters, it looks like any legal matters you're waiting on, it looks like you will not feel like the issue has been resolved in August. Okay? You might feel like whatever legal issue you're dealing with, you might feel like they're gambling with you, like they're playing with you. You might feel like they're testing you in August. Okay? So just try to keep your spirits up and try to remain positive. Okay, so that was for Stephanie. Next, number 4 is Frank. And Frank had a question about love. So let's pull a card for love related to Frank. Now, for these messages, these are, I know Frank, I think, asked a question. I don't look at questions for these. Wow. These just fell out for Frank. Frank has a Tower reversed, the Two of Wands, Prince of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So it looks like in August, it looks like you won't have love in August. There's no cup cards here. You have the Tower card. There's some things that need to change in your life, and when this card shows up reversed, it could definitely talk about the fact that there are some things that you could be avoiding, or someone could be avoiding you as well. There could be someone around you who is trying to avoid you. This also talks about slow growth. So Spirit is saying, just take your time. Take your time. This is almost a feeling that you want to rush love. And Spirit is trying to send you a reminder that you can't rush love. Okay? Yes, you might be dissatisfied right now, but there are some things that you can't avoid. Okay? So Spirit is saying, take your time with love. Look at this picture. Doesn't it look like the person is relaxed, taking their time, doing a little bit of Tai Chi or Qigong? Okay, so Spirit is saying that it looks like in August, love is not in the cards for you, but there are still some other things that you can participate in to take your mind off of it. Spirit wants you to get eager about something else. Get eager about something else. Put your ideas into action. Help your friend move. You might have a friend or a family member who needs help moving. Get more active doing other things besides thinking about love, because it doesn't look like love is in the cards for you in August. But stay positive. Next is Ormoni. Ormoni wants to look at health. So let's take a look. Let's see what card comes out for Ormoni. Ormoni. So Spirit is saying you need to take better care of your health. With you, it looks like it is you're doing emotional eating. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why when I get on here my throat wants to get clogged up. But anyway, Spirit is saying to avoid emotional eating that is affecting your health. It's like you're using food to um you're using food in the wrong way. Either you are not eating enough, or you are taking in food that your body is rejecting. Okay, so Spirit is saying related to your health, try to eat a better diet. Try to have a better diet. Okay, but you could definitely be having some stomach issues. That was for Omoni. All right, let's see who's next. Next, number 6 is Tawana. And Tawana wants to look at career. Let's just mix them up a little bit. Tawana. Tawana. That one just fell out. So Tawana, things are looking up for you related to career. This card can talk about blessings. It can talk about a new start to an emotional connection. So if you are applying for a new job, it looks like you might get the job. You might be feeling really great about your career in August. You have the Ace of Cups. You might be toasting the success of something related to your career. So your career is looking good in August. Okay. If you're not employed, it looks like you might find a job, or at least you might start feeling good about getting a job in August. Okay. If you are employed, you might get a promotion, or you just might feel really good about your career in August. So that's great. That was for Tawana. Next is Amanda. Number 7 is Amanda. Amanda wants to look at legal situations, and this one just fell out for Amanda. So for you, Amanda, that one just fell out. Um, you might be feeling isolated related to legal matters. You might be feeling, look at this. This one just fell out. You might be feeling isolated from family for some reason. Look at this. These just fell out. That's why I like to do these live so that you can see this is spirit picking the cards. A lot of people feel like, really, to be a tarot reader, you can just be connected to your cards because spirit is the one doing the work. It's not you. You are just a vessel. So you don't even have to know how to read tarot cards to pick out cards that will resonate with the person because it's all spirit. But anyway, as far as legal matters, it looks like you're going to be feeling isolated from your family related to legal matters in August. And I don't see any resolve to any legal situation. If legal matters are resolved, it looks like you might not be too satisfied with it. So keep praying about it and keep hoping for the best. Okay. And hope that it doesn't. Right now, this is looking like if it is resolved in August, it looks like it won't be in your favor. It looks like you will continue to feel isolated. So until the energies change, just pray that the issue is not finalized unless it is in your favor. So pray for something like that because what I'm looking at here, it looks like if it is resolved in August, it looks like it might not be in your favor. So that was for Amanda. Next is Veronica. Veronica wants to look at romance. Veronica. This one wants to come out for you. All right. So, related to romance, you have the Justice card. You might be hearing a decision. Maybe you have put out some feelers for some suitors. You might be hearing a decision about something that you have put out there for romance. Um, if you're single, you might have someone come to you and you might feel a balance in the relationship if you are in a relationship. Let's see, you ask about romance. You might be feeling, if you are involved in a romantic situation, you might be feeling like it is balanced in August. Okay? So whether you're single or whether you are in a relationship, romance for you looks like it is going to be balanced. You're going to feel justified. You have the Justice card. So basically, romance is looking good, whether you want it or not. If you do want it and you don't have it in August, it looks like you won't feel too bad about it. You won't feel like, oh, so down on yourself because you don't have romance. Okay? Because you're going to realize that there's more to life than romance. So whether you have it or don't, this is saying that your life is going to feel balanced. That was for Veronica. Next, we have Jacqueline. Jacqueline wants to look at her home life. So let's take a look. Jacqueline. Jacqueline. Okay, so Jacqueline, it looks like there's something related to your home life that is still going to be up in the air. It looks like there's someone who is confused or someone who is very indecisive about this home and family situation in August. It could be you or it could be someone else that is involved in this home situation. There's a bit of confusion going on, and there's a bit of indecisiveness. Also, there could be a child who has ADHD or some type of energy problem as well. But it looks like in August, um, you will have to get down to the bottom of what is this confusion about. That was for Jacqueline. Next is Moham. Moham wants to look at career. Career. And again, if anybody wants to book a private paid reading, you can visit my website. I have it listed on the screen here. metaphysicalmoonlighters.com. Also, you can visit the site every day and get some screenshot readings. You can do some screenshot messages. Just click on daily messages at my website. Moham. So Moham, Spirit is saying one thing that is going to kind of slow things down for you related to your career is that you have some inner conflict going on. Okay. Spirit is saying you need to get over this inner conflict so that you can flourish in your career. You have some inner conflict going on, and also you have a bit of suppressed anger that you need to release related to your career so that you can, because sometimes anger can block, we can block ourselves. We can block ourselves by being angry, and we can also block ourselves by having inner conflict. Like inner conflict can be something like one part of us wants to be a doctor, the other part of us wants to be a teacher, you know, and that can be an inner conflict. Like there's some type of inner conflict going on. So Spirit is saying get clear on exactly what you want in your career and stay laser focused on it so that it can flourish in your life. That was from Moham. Next is Mood, and Mood wants to focus on self. Mood. I wonder if it's really Mohammed and it's like a abbreviated version of Mohammed. Mood, okay. Self. Ooh, wow. Mood. I wouldn't be surprised if you start channeling in August. Wow, you're getting a lot of messages from Spirit in August. Mood. Okay. You're going to see yourself as very connected to your higher consciousness in August. Your intuition is going to be at an all-time high. And this is a perfect time for you to start healing others. If you're a massage therapist or if you do Reiki, this is a great time for you to do that in August. That was for Mood. Next, number 12 is Presh. And Presh wants to look at the house of self as well. Presh. Let's see what you have. Presh. So, Presh, you are going through a period of healing. Okay? You are letting your mind take a spiritual journey in August. Okay? So, if you have been sick, you could find yourself going through a period of healing in August. People can be looking at you and feeling like, wow, you are going through something and it's like a butterfly. You are a butterfly and people are just watching you unfold into this beautiful person or this awesome person. So August looks great for you. It looks like you are going to start off August feeling like you are at point B, and then by the end of August, you're going to be at point Z. So it's like you're going to be doing a lot of healing and just your journey. In fact, you also might be traveling as well because this is also the journey card. So August looks good for you. Next is Kristen, and Kristen wants to look at romance. So let's take a look. This is for Kristen. 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 Romance. So, Kristen, this is saying that related to romance, you're going to feel like there is something like a final challenge that you're having to deal with before the romance comes into your life. Okay. So, this is not a cup card. So, it doesn't look like romance is going to be um, happening a lot for you in August. It is there. The Spirit is saying you're going to have to work for it as far as, showing interest. If you're in a relationship, letting your mate know you need romance, doing things. You need to do things to bring romance into your life in August, okay? Because this is saying that romance is just not going to happen too easily. It's not saying that you won't have romance, but this is saying that you're really going to have to take the necessary actions to have the romance in your life. It's just not going to happen like that, because sometimes even if you're in a relationship, your partner might not really know that you want romance. So this is saying you need to take the steps to bring romance into your life in August. Next is Nita. And Nita wants to look at career. So let's take a look. Nita. Nita. Here we go. Nita. Okay, related to your career, Spirit is saying that in August you will have the tendency to be overly critical. Okay, so you need to lighten up on being overly critical in your career, because sometimes, like I just told Moham, I think it was Moham, that sometimes we can block ourselves. So Spirit is saying in August, things look good for you in your career, but you just have to watch out for being overly critical. Being overly critical. Also, one of your strengths is that you are a very independent person. But this is also saying that in August, you are going to have to show your employer or your clients that even though you are very independent, that you can work well with others. That was for Nita. Next is Cher. And Cher wants to look at romance. Cher. Cher. So Cher. This is saying if you are in a relationship, this relationship is going to go through a renewed sense of romance. It's going to be a renewed feeling of romance. Um, if you are single, this is saying that you could very well meet someone, or you could be taking a new direction. This is the Judgment card, and when the Judgment card shows up, it talks about a new direction. So in romance, you can feel like you are headed in a new direction. It doesn't really look like new romance. It doesn't look like you'll be meeting anyone, but it looks like more so that you're dealing with someone, and it looks like um, you will feel like there's a sense of renewal. So if it's somebody that you've been dealing with, you might feel like you are rekindling an old flame related to romance. So that was for Cher. Next is Dedris. And Dedris wants to look at romance as well. Dedris. 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 Wow, I think Nita just had this card. So Dedris, Spirit is saying you will not have romance in August if you continue to be too overly critical. Okay. Just watch out for that. Related to romance, you need to lighten up. Spirit is saying lighten up. That was for Dedris. Next is Nadia. Nadia wants to look at health. Nadia. So you need to pay attention to your feet. Okay, this is for Nadia. Also, this is not medical diagnosis. I am not a doctor. I am not licensed to diagnose anyone. This is just picking up on the spiritual energies for you. Also, you need to get breast exam. Um, and let's see what else. Yeah, your feet is coming up. Like you could be having swelling in your feet, and you could also um your feet need to get your feet checked out. Make sure you have proper circulation, and also the breast is coming up for you. Okay, you need to make sure you check for do your breast exams. That's what's coming up for you. Check your breast for any lumps and things like that. And also make sure that you have proper circulation for your feet. If you sit down a lot, make sure you elevate your feet. That was for Nadia. And again, I'm doing this video for like 27 people, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I'm not going to be trying to go in depth on anything. So these are just free um, messages. That was for Nadia. Next is Anne. Anne wants to look at career. This one wanted to come out for Anne. Right, that one wanted to come out. I'm going to pull another one because that one came out right when I started shuffling. And looks like there's going to be a disruption in your plans related to your career in August. And let's see what else you have. Yeah. This is saying that you really need to keep records of everything related to your career. If you are job searching, you need to type up your resume or your CV, have a professional go over it, because some things that will turn off employers more than anything is misspelled words on your resume. Okay. So related to your career or even, related to job search, related to your career, make sure everything is spelled correctly. Some people will write you off merely for the fact that you have misspelled something. So in your career, Spirit is saying, make sure you have spelled everything correctly. That's what's coming up for you. Make sure you're spelling everything correctly. Make sure you're using the correct grammar and things like that, because that will turn somebody off. But yeah, it looks like your career is on your mind, and it looks like you also need to protect your work. If you are working, you need to make sure, because you might have some coworkers who are trying to sabotage you if you are working. If you're not working, of course, there is the competition of other people who are going for the same job that you're going for. So Spirit is saying, make sure you have everything in order. Okay. That was for Anne. Next is Lisa. And Lisa wants to look at spirituality. So let's go ahead and go to the other deck for Lisa. This is the deck I use when I want more spiritual type of messages. This is the message for Lisa. What is the message for Lisa? Lisa. So Lisa, your spiritual message for August. And look at that. Doesn't it look like she has a drum in her hand? Remember that message from last month? Drum. Now, Spirit is asking you to come up with a power song. Let's read about this. A power song is one you receive from a spirit guide that generates a strong sense of personal and spiritual power. While in nature, ask one of your spirit guides to teach you a power song, either in your native language or a shamanic language. Okay? Sing a song that makes you feel powerful. And here's an affirmation. My power song sings me. I know I do that. I love music. Like sometimes music will bring things out of you that you didn't know was there. So that was for Lisa. Now we are moving on to Karen. And Karen wants to look at the area dealing with her self-image. Karen. Whoa, this one wants to come out. So Karen, in August, people are going to view you as a very generous person. You could actually find yourself donating to charity, or you could find yourself giving someone money who is in desperate need. This is a good month for job prospects or client prospects as well for you. So August looks good for you related to your self-image. Next is Riley, and Riley wants to look at the area of life that deals with finances. It can also deal with material comforts, and it can also deal with self-esteem as well. This is for Riley. So Riley, let's see what you have. So Riley, related to your finances, Spirit is saying that you are very attached to how things used to be with your finances. It could be a case where you could be going from one period of your life to a new period. Let's say, for example, you are just moving out of your parents' home. So you could always find yourself thinking back to how did your parents do it and how was it back then. So Spirit wants you to stop clinging to the past, and Spirit is saying it is time for you to set a precedent in your life, or a precedent in your life related to your finances. It's time to start fresh, start new, and don't cling to the past. Don't worry about how things used to be. Okay? If things were not so great in the past, Spirit doesn't want you to cling on to that and bring that into the future. If things were great in the past and you're worried about how will they be in the future, Spirit wants you to set a new precedent in your life related to your finances. Next is Melinda. Melinda wants to look at friendship. This one just fell out. Let me pull another one. Looks like there could be some type of decision being made related to friendship. Now remember, the Judgment card is also Pluto. So you could find yourself ending a friendship in August. You can find yourself ending a friendship, but you won't feel that bad about it very long because it looks like there's a new phase of your life starting as well. Okay, so friendships look like they're going through a transformation for you in August. That is the message for Melinda. Next is Anne. Anne wants to look at health. Anne. And again, this is not medical diagnosis. Okay, I am not a certified medical practitioner. I am a spiritual shamanic healer, basically. So I pick up on, especially if we were in person, I could really douse your energy, go through each of your chakras using this or just using my clairaudience. So for you, being that I can't see you right now, I'm not even looking at your picture. I use these as a tool to help me tune in more to your energy. So, and in March, not in March, in August, you need to focus on getting any inflammation in your body under control. It is amazing how much inflammation is coming up for everybody. A lot of people are walking around with inflammation and don't realize it. You know, a lot of people feel like inflammation, if you have inflammation, you need to be walking around with swollen feet and swollen body parts. But a lot of times, inflammation is like very silent in your body. Spirit is saying that you need to get inflammation under control. This is for Anne. You need to get inflammation under control because it looks like it is affecting your bones, like your bone density, especially in your knees. And your knees and your ankles, um, it looks like the inflammation is really affecting your bone density. So that is message for Anne as far as any health issues. That's what you need to pay attention to. Pay attention to your skeletal system. And once you get the inflammation under control, that should ease up any pain that you're feeling in your bones. That was for Anne. Next is Manish. Manish wants to look at finances. Manish is number 24. Manish. What is the message for Manish? related to finances. So, Manish, if you are a gambler, Spirit is saying don't gamble with your money in August. Sometimes when this card shows up reversed, it can talk about gambling. So, Spirit is saying don't take any chances gambling. Um, but August is a month for you to save as much as you can because this card was not upright. When it is upright, it talks about blessings. When it is reversed, it can talk about family feuds and it can talk about gambling or just spending your money unnecessarily. So that is the message for you for August. Next is Jazzy. Jazzy wants to look at partnerships. Jazzy. Wow. So it looks like for you, Jazzy, it looks like in August, it looks like you might run into some problems related to partnerships. Okay. When this card is reversed, it can talk about problems with, you could have problems with communications with your partner in August. You could have a little bit of disagreements with your partner in August. If you're single, this is saying that it looks like you might continue to be single in August. But if you are in a relationship, it looks like you two will have to work through some things in August. Next, number 26 is Danielle. Danielle wants to look at love. So let's take a look. Danielle. And again, if anybody wants a full private paid reading, you can visit my website to book that. Danielle, love for Danielle. So Danielle, I don't know if you had the same thing last month about your confidence. Spirit wants you to bring up your confidence, and that's going to attract love, more love into your life. Not saying that you don't have it now, but your question, you want to know about love. Spirit is saying bring more confidence into your relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's co-worker relationships, whether it's ordering food at the gas station. Spirit is saying have more confidence, and that's going to bring more of the love you want to see into your life. And last but not least, we have Donna. And Donna wants to look at finances as well. This one just fell out. So, related to finances, it looks like your finances are going to take a new direction. You're going to feel like your finances are renewed in August. This is the Judgment card, and it can deal with a sense of renewal. Now, it can also deal with you making a financial decision that you've been thinking about in August. So, your finances look like things are looking up for you related to your finances. That was for Donna. And Donna was the last person. So I'm going to upload this video so that you all can um, hear your messages. And I hope everyone has a wonderful month of August.